Hey everyone, this is Virgo Panda here with my last trip to Albuquerque. My only trip ever to Albuquerque, believe it or not. And this is the trail that's in the heading that I went along. I looked this one up and it looked really cool because it basically ran along the Rio Grande River, which was really cool to go past. Basically, we came back from our trip to Ouray and Silverton and Mancos area, Mesa Verde, and I still had the travel bug. So I hopped in my EV, threw my bike in there, and I took off for 3 days, 2 nights, and I spent it in the Albuquerque area exploring. What did I learn on this trip? Um, what I learned was I am not taking my electric Nissan Aria with me on my road trip to the West Coast. It is too much of a hassle. Yes, it was comfortable. Yes, it's fast. Yes, it handles well. But it was a hassle. I don't care if you got a Tesla, and if anyone tells you they are not a hassle, they are a hassle. I've had a couple of vehicles similar to this, and basically I got in at 1 a.m. in the morning when I should have been there at probably 8:30, 9 p.m. and I could have actually explored a little bit in Santa Fe and walked around downtown. Instead, my first night I just paid to sleep because you have to keep charging and you have to wait. And I would see the same people, Hyundais and all these different other EVs sitting at the same ones, and it took them just as long as me. So next time I go, the gas car is going, unless I'm not in a hurry. EVs are not built for being in a hurry, except for 0 to 60, but in real world hurries, they are not built for it. um, my 2023 Nissan Kicks that cost about at least half of what this cost, less than half of what this cost, runs circles around it on road trips. So the EV is not coming with me. So anyway, I am riding Electric XP. Uh, um, Step through 3.0 long range, so I have the long range battery. That's the bike I decided to bring with me. Heads up, I got another new e-bike. I still have the Electric XP. I will be doing a review of it soon. It's technically my wife's, but I also got it for her as a test mule. um, and I'm not gonna lie, this new bike I got, when I do the review, I think it's one of the best e-bikes I've ever gotten, and it's not an Electric XP. So some people think I'm sponsored by him. I am not, trust me. I am not. But this new bike, I'll tell you more about it in the future once I get a video put together, hopefully before I go on my West Coast trip. Anyway, beautiful ride here. They have the Albuquerque Biopark along this ride, the Rio Grande Nature Centers along this ride, the National Hispanic Cultural Centers along this ride. Matter of fact, you can hop off the trail on here and go to the Albuquerque Zoo. It's right here too. And if you follow this trail, it will take you, depending on which way you're going. It can you can actually take it to downtown, and that was my focus. I wanted to ride around downtown, but I wanted to get a little exercise. So it probably, I want to say I rode about 10-15 miles into town, from where I started, where it was easier access, where there's bathrooms at this Paseo del Bosque trail. I don't want to mess it up. That's why I put it at the heading in there for you. But anyway, along this route, you will also see going into downtown, towards downtown, they have a fishing pond. They have people fishing along the way. You'll see people on horseback. I saw people on rollerblades. I saw people on all types of stuff going down here, and I believe it was a Saturday I was riding around. So I made it in there, and I made it to downtown. So I'm riding around, and downtown looks similar to a lot of cities. Depending on where you're at, you got the good parts, you got the working class parts. Are there like hoods? Yes, there are hoods. And guess what? There are hoods in Albuquerque. And guess what else there are in Albuquerque that I see a lot of too? Trailer parks. And there, as you know, there's very nice trailer parks, and there's ones that are like Breaking Bad. Um, Breaking Bad trailer park style, and that's anywhere, guys. I'm not saying that because Breaking Bad is actually filmed here, which is actually funny because I made sure to go get a picture out by the house. I was respectful and did not take the picture in front of their house. I stood across the street and had the house in my with me in it, and took a picture to send to my wife, who watched all of Breaking Bad. But I didn't want to be disrespectful and be all in front of their house. There was too many people doing that. And the area that the Breaking Bad house for what's his name is in is a very nice area. I like that area. Anyway, it was a good decision to go to Albuquerque. I just wish I had not taken the EV car for this trip. If I knew I was leaving, I was giving myself an extra day, by all means I would have taken the EV. Or if I knew it was going to be as much of a hassle as it was, I would have left earlier, because I kind of procrastinated a lot longer because I'm viewing it from the point of a gas car. Usually when I take the EV on a road trip, it's usually maybe one charge on the way there, possibly. But this took a couple charges to get there, and I don't ride around on low charge because you don't know what's going to happen. There could be a storm or something. So as you can see, I'm riding around downtown. What did I see in Albuquerque downtown? I saw homeless people, just like I see in Denver, just like I'll see when I'm back in Portland. I'll see in Seattle. I'll see in all those places. But I also saw really nice areas too, like I see in a lot of cities. I also saw a really cool farmers market in downtown. I am not going to sit on here and drag Albuquerque through the mud. There's enough people to get on here and say that, and there's also a lot of people that get on here and say that they haven't even been there. It looks like a major city to me. Would I live here? No. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a place I'm interested in living. But visit again? Yes. And also I saw Old Town, Colorado, Old Town, Albuquerque, which is really cool. I picked the wrong day. It was super busy with weddings and everything, but it was very cool. A little bit touristy trap, but it's cool. It was cool to walk around. And I made it out there, only buying my wife a coffee cup, so I didn't spend a bunch of money. Anyway, riding around downtown was cool. I saw the farmers market. It was a good day. It started heating up. I would run out of charge 4 miles from back, and it was about 100 degrees outside. No, never fails. Here's an update, though, and it'll be in my future videos. But I'm putting this video together now. I got another battery. Oh, but I didn't order it from Lectric XP. I didn't spend $300. I spent about $190 with taxes, or maybe it was $180 I spent. And so now I have a secondary battery, not in this video, but for my upcoming trips. And so what I have is my long range battery, and then I bought a standard battery, which a standard battery is going to give me 20 more miles, and I'm just going on the conservative side. So to have I'll literally have a true 50 miles of range to ride at level 3 per se, if that's what I want to ride at. So yeah, so now I have a secondary battery, but on this trip I would run out of charge with like 3 or 4 miles left at 102 degrees outside, riding a 70 some pound bike, or high 60s bike. So yeah, but you know what? It was cool. It was worth it. It was a heck of an exercise. I wanted to get a little bit of exercise, but I got some exercise, riding that heavy bike for the last part. Anyway, this was a good decision. The Lectric XP I have no issues out of it. One thing I recommend is inflating your tires higher than what they recommend. Like what I'm saying, that's like 40 psi and above. But I would say, for me personally, I put it at about 45 or so psi, at least 40. The reason being is just like my EV, it helps with range. It gives you more range. A soft tire creates more resistance, so it lessens your range. And if you look at how they do their testing with their riders, they have a certain PSI they'll state in their testing. So they're putting the PSIs up on it too, inflating them a little higher. And remember, these can go up to, don't quote me, but you can look right on your tire, probably 50 PSI. I wouldn't put it at the max, but I put it higher. So if it said 50, for example, I'll put it at 45 for my long rides. And I'll drop it when I'm doing like beach rides or something in soft sand, or, off-road. Anyway, my bike did great regardless. Now that I have a second battery that I'll be using for my future adventures, no worries. And be prepared for my next video as well. So as I said, I have a second battery, but not in this video. Now, so I'm not getting rid of my Lectric XP 3.0 for some time, for a little bit. And if I do get another Lectric XP after this, like say the 4.0, when it does come out, I will be very sure to make sure that it can take the battery that I purchased for this bike. And honestly, I would actually sell this bike with the standard range and keep my long range battery as long as it fits, and say the 4.0. But I did get another bike, and I'll do a full video on it, and I want to say by far it's my best bike I've had. That's including Rad Power products. Just fit and finish, and right out the box, it just rides nice. The Lectric XP is not a bad bike. It's more of a budget. It's also a folding bike, so it has weak points, because it is a folding bike. Good points, but structural weak points, things such as right off the bat they rattle. Your brake might rub and stuff like that. So I've adjusted the brakes multiple times. It's not as bad as the old one with the hydraulics, but the pads had to be adjusted here and there because right out the box they rubbed and you could hear it, and it was kind of irritating. So that is one thing you'll have to put up with. So the best thing to do is learn a little bit of wrenching, how to wrench a little bit on your e-bikes. This bike will do 28 miles an hour. I've been known to get it up to, maybe it's just my bike, I don't know, it will go over 30 miles an hour, verified with GPS. So mine is unlocked, so when I'm in level 3 with me on it at 200 some pounds, I'm still going over 20 miles an hour. So I have to be mindful that in level 3 on this, because it is unlocked, level 3 is like almost like level 5 on a locked bike, and that's how they so you have to be be mindful of that. So level 3 is a sweet spot for me. So the second battery, I'm going to be able to get some distance, and I think it's fast enough for me to enjoy and just check out everything without being super fast, where I might as well just be on a little gas scooter or something. Also, level 2 is not bad, depending on if you're on flat or what type of workout you want. That's going to get you around unlocked. Well, I'm talking about me personally. It's going to get around 15 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour is what I'd say. Of course, your range is going to go up. So I've gotten better also dealing with my range by switching from what the battery indicator is showing me to actually looking at voltage and watching the voltage drop. And I can tell you, because it can only go so far down before your battery dies, so you can get an idea what your battery is really at too. So that's definitely a good point on this bike. Therefore, I really do like using the voltage where I can see it has better accuracy. I have an upgraded seat. I'll leave a link in the description. It does help out a lot because it's a very springy seat, but it's also a wider seat. Whether you have bigger behind or smaller behind, it just feels better than the one that comes with it. And the one that does come with the Lectric XP is much better than the ones in the past. I've had these bikes, I've had three of them. I had the Lectric XP 1.0, I've had the Lectric XP Premium, and I've had this bike. And by far the seats have slowly gotten better. And now is it still comfortable to me? No, not really, when I know there's much better e-bikes out there that have better seats on them, more comfort. So there's things I can do to make this a more comfortable e-bike for myself. Yeah, and that's such as, the seat, maybe get some better brake pads in the future. The suspension's okay. It works. It's a good bike, especially for a budget. But you'll see my review of the new one in the future that I got, and I'll be getting another one similar to that one in the future as well. Beautiful ride, cool trail here, guys. Go check out Albuquerque if you're nearby. Don't listen to what people tell you. Go see things for yourself. There's lots of negative Nancy's. You got to see for yourself, because even a place I don't really like, you may love it. And a place I don't like, I may not have seen really any of the good stuff about it, really. That's why I like going back and revisiting places, so I can see the things that I missed the first time and enjoy it. Anyway, links in the description for this and this ride, my products I use. Everyone, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my West Coast trip coming up in about a month or so. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.